Hello everyone, it's Evie here, and today I want to share with you an experience I had with angels last week. Um, I've always believed in angels for as long as I can remember, and I have a strong connection with them. And this experience I had, I just felt really compelled to share it. And so what happened was that I was out, and then on my way home, as I was starting my journey home, I started feeling sick, and I felt lightheaded and like I was going to pass out. And so my first thought was to pray and to ask the angels for help so I could make it home safely and feel better. And I got on the train and immediately saw the number 44, which, if you don't know, is an angel number. Usually you'll see 44 or 444, something along those lines, if the angels are trying to let you know that they're around. And another thing that I noticed was that the entire train car was wrapped in an ad, and sometimes that happens, but what I noticed about it was that the whole car was green, which I associate with the healing angels and Archangel Raphael. And so it was amazing to me that, like, I had prayed and almost immediately received signs that I was being helped and being watched over, that I was okay. And I felt better, and I knew, like, okay, I'm gonna make it home safely. I'm gonna be okay. The angels are with me. And I was on the train, and it was pretty packed. It was at one of those rush hour times of day, and I had to stand, and it wasn't the best for me, feeling lightheaded and nauseous, and the train was moving a lot, so it really didn't help. And I started feeling even worse. And by the time the train got to the next station, I felt like I was gonna pass out, like I wasn't gonna make it home. And I thought, well, it's okay because I have these signs from the angels. I know that they're with me. I'm gonna make it home. And I just got this feeling like I needed to get off that train right away. And I didn't want to because I was already on the train, and I expected that the angels were gonna help me, and that I was gonna make it home on that train. But I had to get off because I was gonna pass out, and I didn't want to do it on the train. And so I got off, and I went to a bench at the next station, and I even lied down for a moment and just sat there, and I needed to catch my breath, and I waited for the next train. And I did feel better by the time the next train rolled around. I wasn't perfect, I wasn't like 100% better, but I was definitely in a better position to be on the next train. And it was so interesting because I really thought that because I had seen these signs from the angels, and that I knew I was going to be okay, and that they were going to get me home, and I was going to heal up. I really thought that just being on the one train was the path that I was going to end up taking, but it really wasn't. And it was interesting to me that sometimes we expect things to happen one way and they don't. And it's so interesting to me that this experience opened my eyes to that we need to go with the flow and follow our intuitions and our instincts about things, because sometimes things don't happen the way we expect them to. But I felt better. I got on the next train, and I wasn't perfect, but I got home. Like, the angels got me home safely, and I was super grateful for that, even if it wasn't in the way that I expected it to happen. And it doesn't always work that way. Things don't always happen exactly how we expect them to, but we have to trust, and that was the big lesson for me with this experience, was trust the angels. Like, I knew I had 100% faith that I was going to get home safely, that the angels were going to help me along the way. And I really needed that help, and I was so grateful for it. But it didn't happen the way I thought it would. And that's okay. It worked out the best way it possibly could have. Because otherwise, who knows what would have happened? I could have passed out on the train, and it would have been a whole ordeal. And I didn't want that. So it really got me thinking, like, when we manifest or try to manifest other desires, we often, at least I'm guilty of it, try to control how this thing is going to come into our lives. And we expect things to happen a certain way, and when they don't, sometimes we think that things have gone wrong. And that's not always the case. Sometimes there's just a better way, and we don't see it that way, and we won't really see that these other options are better for us until afterwards. And it was so interesting. I keep saying that, but it really was interesting. It really opened my eyes that I need to just trust more. Because in that moment, I had 100% faith that I was going to get home safely. Like, I needed that. In that moment, I wasn't feeling good. So I needed that extra help. And I had faith that it would happen. But what would happen if I had that exact same faith in other areas of my life? And I know other people have similar situations as well. We all want certain things to enter our lives. We all want our lives to be certain ways. And when they don't happen that way, we get upset and we wonder what went wrong. Why is this not happening exactly the way I want it to? And the answer is that we're not trusting enough. We're not trusting that the universe has this plan for us, that there might be a better way that we're not aware of. And so I definitely think that I want to talk about that a little bit more in the future. Today I just wanted to share my experience more than anything. And I think I also want to talk about signs from the angels, because that was a big part for me in this experience, was having that sign there, seeing the angel numbers and seeing the colors that I associate with healing angels. And that was a big part of me having this 100% faith that I was going to be okay. And I think that it's an important topic to talk about too. So I will definitely go deeper into that in the future. But for now, I just want to leave you with the knowledge that sometimes things don't happen the exact way that we intend for them to. And it might turn out even better. So let's just be open and trust that things are working out for our highest good. So I definitely want to hear if you have any experiences with angels. I've had plenty. This was just my most recent encounter that I wanted to share. So let me know, and I will see you all next time.